I thought I would start this video with something a little bit exciting, for me anyway. I've just received my package from my dentist that contain my, I would say retainers, but I actually quite frankly don't know. I don't know if they're classed as retainers or these are just purely my retainers for whitening, and then I'll have 2 more retainers ordered. I think they'll be slightly differently, I'm not sure. Comes in a very nice case. I wasn't expecting that. I thought it was just going to be in a bag. Wow, these are bulkier than the ones I have at the moment. Oh, this is funny. Okay. Can you see the amount of plastic that's above the actual teeth? That's interesting. So I can start my whitening tonight. I will pop the camera back on tonight when I pop these in. I'm quite intrigued. I'm a bit nervous, I can't lie. I thought I would just show you these for anyone that's interested and following my Invisalign journey, or if there's anyone that is looking to start their Invisalign journey. It's very handy to have all these tips. These obviously will not be my retainers. I thought that they might be similar. But these are purely my whitening retainers. So these will be what I wear at night for my whitening, hence why I think they're so bulky. I'm really excited to start my whitening because I really hate the colour of my teeth now, so I'll be very intrigued to see how the at-home gels work and if they work as well as the ones when you go and get them professionally whitened. As promised, I'm going to show you my whitening process. These are the gels that I have, so they're kept in the fridge. Don't ask me why, just what I've been told. I have 4 syringes of the whitening gel. I've been told I don't need to use a lot, literally like a tiny little pea-sized on each tooth, I believe. I'm gonna have to reread the instructions because, to be quite honest, I actually can't remember. I'm really nervous this is gonna feel strange. Also, I'm trying heatless curls again because I went for a stage like 2 years, a year and a half ago, of doing them all the time to try and keep my hair in a healthy state, and they worked great. I stopped doing them, and then when I went back to doing them, they just came out like frizzy, like almost heavy blow dry curls, which is not what I was going for. So I'm going to see how this goes. I'm using a peppercorn sized piece in each tooth compartment. To me that's quite a lot. I'm scared this is going to come out quite quickly too. That is the bottom tray, and now we're going to go into the top. Right, so I've got to dry my teeth. This is going to make me really cringe, like really cringe. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to be really extra, and I'm going to use my mouth guard. I feel like I'm gonna get really sensitive teeth. It's dental medical proof, so I'm hoping it won't be like the stuff you buy offline. For anybody that's interested, as you can see, my aligners they go up a lot more than what the actual Invisalign trays are. This is to make sure that all of the whitening gel sticks to the whole tooth. So officially started. I actually look like I need about a week's sleep. But I will clock back in with you in the morning to let you know how my first night goes. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure there'll be no irritation. But I will clock back in the morning to let you know how my first night went. There's been no pain at all. So that's a good sign. And these are actually so much more comfier than the other trays that I have. Gel kind of tastes like bananas. Obviously there's going to be no change. It was one night of whitening, but yeah. I think I've got to do this for like 3 or 4 weeks. No, I actually think it's more like 6 or 8 weeks. Shall we get some dinner? Shall we get a sweet treat?
Oh, I think that has to be sweet.
Yeah. I'm very sorry for not posting on the weekend. It was a bit of a mental weekend, hence why I haven't got a video up. I thought I would hop on here to say that, and also I thought I would pick up the camera because this is really sad. But I'm also really excited. As you know, Ariana's going on tour. Our UK tour tickets don't go on sale for another week, but US are currently on sale. So I'm actually watching people's lives because I'm really intrigued to see what the pricing range is going to be, because it's going to be very similar whether it's the US or UK. There's nothing I love more than like the ticket war. It's very scary, but it's very exciting at the same time. So watching other people, I feel like I'm part of this right now. I'm currently watching Marcus Perez, I think that's how you say his last name. I've never seen him on TikTok before, but his live just popped up and he is trying to get tickets right now. So I'm rooting for him and I'm watching with him to see if he gets tickets. And it's also a very good insight to see how actually crazy it's going to be for the UK, because I have always had so much luck with Ariana tickets. I went to the honeymoon tour and the sweetener tour and getting tickets was so easy. I feel like anything pre-COVID was easy. I actually don't know what's happened after COVID, because after COVID everything's just like gone mental. I remember I originally got sweetener tickets for Manchester, I believe. They were Golden Circle, because I originally wanted to go to the O2, because the O2 is the arena that I would go to, but they had sold out. And then like a few months after a general sale happened, they released a batch of pit tickets for Ariana, and it was early entry. So without even selling my old ones, I was like, I'd bought them. Me and my mum were going. So I then was frantically trying to sell the Manchester tickets, which I luckily managed to sell to someone that I knew. She loved it, had a great time. So it all worked out really well in the end. But they were £150 each for early entry and pit tickets, like the best standing ticket you can get. I'll insert now the views that I had. Me £150, like insane for concert tickets. Personally, I'm dreading how much they're gonna cost this time round and how high the demand is, because as anyone that follows her, you've seen that she's only got, is it 4 or 5 London dates for the whole of Europe. So I feel like the whole of Europe is going to be flying over to London. So it's not just the UK that we're battling here. It is quite frankly the whole of Europe, and anywhere else, to be honest, if anyone's going to fly over, because she's only doing the US and UK at the moment. I sound like a real fangirl right now, but I am. I don't even care. I'm not even going to apologise. I love it. This excites me so much. I have absolutely loved my social media since she announced that she was touring, because it is taking me back to 2019 when she was in the Sweetener tour and everything was lovely on social media. I hate social media, to be quite honest. I can't lie. It can be very toxic sometimes, but when you're on the right side of it and you're in the section that you want to be, it's great. It brings me so much joy. Here we are watching Marcus trying to get Ariana tickets. He's currently 14,000 in the queue. Insane. And I believe he said his sister or his friend, it's 49,000. Like, I am really nervous for next week when our London tickets go on sale, because if I end up 49,000, I think I'll cry. If I don't get tickets, I'm actually going to have a meltdown. I've never been stressed before about getting tickets, but this really matters to me. I'm not one to feed into comments, but reading some of the comments on his live is really scary. People are saying they're 90,000 in the queue. Like, that's insane. And I saw something online, I don't know how true these stats are, but I saw online that 10 million people signed up for the pre-sale, the artist pre-sale in London. That's so scary. There's gonna be so many people trying to get tickets. When the tickets go on sale next Tuesday, I'm gonna vlog the whole morning kind of like I did with the Lady Gaga one. If you haven't seen that one, I'll link it below. We were not successful. It was horrendous. To be honest, I'm actually gonna take that back. We were successful. We had tickets in our basket. They were £500 each. And there was 3 of us going, me, my mum and my sister. Our budget was not £500 per ticket. That's a mortgage payment, that's insane. Back to what I was saying, next Tuesday when tickets go on sale, I for sure will be filming the whole thing, and it'll probably be a video in itself because it will be a very lengthy video. So you might have 2 uploads next week, which is great. I think I'd only post it if I got tickets though, because if I didn't get tickets, it would just be a complete mess of me crying the whole time, and it just wouldn't end well, so there wouldn't be any point in putting that video up. The VIP packages prices are out, which is fun. I wasn't intending to buy one anyway, to be honest. I was only gonna buy a VIP package if I could, if it was meet and greet. She's not doing that. The most expensive is $1,090, which converts to £805. Whether it will be £800 or it will be £1,000, who knows. That is actually nuts. I wasn't expecting it to be quite that much, especially with no meet and greet, because I think that was what meet and greet was for Sweetener. And there's no meet and greet in it, so you're literally paying the same amount of money for not meeting her. I just get very paranoid about these things. Like any other celebrity, I really don't care. I have to see her. Excuse the spot cream. Having a bit of a bad skin day. Oh, and ignore the fact that my teeth look like this. I actually shouldn't have picked up the camera yet. I'm doing the whitening. Update on that. It is the most horrendous thing ever. Like, not even being dramatic. My teeth are so sensitive. Like, so sensitive where I'm not being able to do it every night like I was hoping for. I'm having to do it every like 2 nights because it's all I can bear. I've currently got sensitive toothpaste in my aligners that I spoke with my dentist about. They recommended I do to help. But to be quite honest, even talking, the air going in my mouth is just not it for my teeth. Anyway, now you've had a little bit of an explanation to what's going on with how I look. I thought I would show you. So we are really trying to encourage George's head tilt. We went to Pets at Home yesterday and stocked up on all his favourite snacks. We got 2 lots of Liddy's Kitchen sausages. I think they're the venison ones and the apple ones. We bought some more Wellness Core little treats. I've actually put in an order online for chicken cubes. They're like 100% chicken cube. Really good training treat for dogs. Obviously where we're still, sorry, this is just like really dramatic, but every time I breathe in it really hurts my top teeth. As I was saying, really good training treat for dogs, and where we're still training George with certain things, they're gonna be a great asset to our little treat collection. And we also picked up some sprats from Pets at Home. He loved them. Would you like a sprat? Would you like a sausage? Oh, that's very pretty. Sausage? There wasn't much going on, but you can definitely see his head thinking about it. Georgie, do you want a sausage? Oh my goodness. Careful. I rearranged his jars yesterday. We've got a sprat jar. You're welcome, you can have a sprat if you like. Then I've got, this jar's really annoying me. I wish it was a slightly smaller one. We've got his gravy bones, which he very rarely has, because to be honest, I don't know why I bought them. I much prefer the other treats that I get him. They're much better for him. And as you can see, a mixture of his sausages, which look like prunes every time I see them. Is it prunes or dates? These stink so bad. My sister fed her dog sprats. That's the only reason why I actually know about them. But wow, they are stinky. And it actually makes a change. He doesn't have bad breath. He actually just has fish breath. That smells nice. Would you like one? Get you a big one. If anybody doesn't know what a sprat is, if dead animals kind of make you squirmish, look away. They are dried sprats. Still got eyes intact and everything. It's disgusting. Can you sit? Pull. Spin. 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 Well done. Sit. Lie down. Good boy. Nice. I don't know if I've mentioned it yet, but we actually have come to a conclusion to why George is breath is quite so bad. We already like had a hunch that there was something wasn't right. George's teeth at the back are rotten. They're in a horrendous state. We don't actually know how many are going to come out. We know for sure one is definitely coming out. Potential of 2, potential to me of 4, because our vet couldn't quite see his bottom ones at the back because obviously teeth overlap, so she could see the front, but he wouldn't really quite allow her because he was getting a bit uncomfortable with her looking in his mouth. I'm kind of expecting 4 to come out, but 1 is definitely coming out. It's way past decay, to be quite honest. As you know, we did get George from Blue Cross. They were great, absolutely amazing, very friendly. However, we haven't had the most success with them since getting George in terms of his health. As it's quite obvious, humans and animals, teeth do not rot in 2 months. The extent of his teeth could not have happened when he was with us. We are currently in the middle of an investigation with them about what's going on because we're quite disgusted that George was rehomed in the state he is. As you can imagine, he's probably quite in a bit of pain and discomfort because he's got decaying teeth that have caused some pus, some gum inflammation. He's in a bad way. Blue Cross's terms are that dogs are rehomed fit and healthy with no behavioural or health problems unless disclosed when the dog is rehomed. Now, the only thing that we were told were that his vaccination had lapsed, so therefore he couldn't really go out because he was unprotected. That was fine with us. Obviously the vet plan covers that anyway. That was fine, we had no issue with that. But his teeth are in a horrendous state. That should have been sorted, or at least disclosed with us before getting George. So we're in the middle of an investigation and we're hoping to hear back because me and Kyle will obviously pay. He's booked in for 2 weeks time. He's just under 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks yesterday that he will be having his procedure. So if we have to pay for it there and then, that's fine. But we are demanding that Blue Cross step in because this is something that should have been dealt with before him coming into our care. It's just not been very successful. We've had the finger pointed at us to say that admittedly, yeah, vet bills are on us, but not pre-existing issues that George should have been treated for before he came into our care, if not disclosed to us so we could have got it sorted straight away. My priority is keeping George healthy and happy. Sorry, I've just had to move location. We have builders in at the moment. We're also having a brick wall built down the side of our house, which is great. We're gonna have our privacy back. I feel like a lot has happened since I last put up the camera. And because of our biofile doors, they can see straight in. So I've just kind of gone round so they can't see. Anyway, George is booked in for his procedure. We're in the middle of an investigation. To me, the only outcome is that Blue Cross cough up and pay because this is completely something that lied on them before George came to us. So we've not had the best experience with Blue Cross, to be quite honest. I am actually quite appalled with how they've dealt with the situation. I'm interested to hear from the investigating department to see what they're going to say about how we're going to go around this whole dental problem. In my eyes, I really can't see how they're going to argue and justify that they don't pay, because as a charity, their policy is any dog they take in, they do vet and behavioural checks, and his teeth are in a severe state that would have been and should have been picked up and dealt with rather before or disclosed to the new owners, which was none. I can't see that they did a intense behavioural check on him because he's pretty much a puppy that's been potty trained and night trained. That's about it. We've had to retrain him on a lead. We've had to strengthen his recall. We are still trying to train him to be alone in the house because he couldn't even be in a different room. We're trying to desensitize him to certain sounds that triggers him. And again, none of this was told to us. Anyway, I'm going on a bit of a ramble here, but moral of the story, we just want George to be healthy, and he's not. We are hoping in a couple of weeks' time that he's going to feel a sense of relief when those teeth are out and he's been treated for whatever is going on in his mouth. So it's a nice, large, hefty bill, but you know, it is something you take on when you're a dog owner. However, not in the first 2 months, because that's just not on at all from a charity that claimed to help dogs and make sure that they're healthy before they go onto their new home. You wouldn't take a dog off the street and just rehome them, so you don't do it when they're being rehomed from an old owner. It's just not on. Our intuition was right. He isn't just got bad breath because he's old. I mean, I've had a dog before and he lived to 15 and he never once had breath quite like George. There's bad breath and then there's like the smell of a disease, and poor George, his mouth is rotten. I'm very excited. I can't wait for him to go in. He's gonna hate it, I know. It's gonna be horrible leaving him there, but I can't wait for him to have that relief and no pain, hopefully not much long after. We just got back from doing a couple pet shop runs, and we've also took George on his walk this evening. I'm wanting to get George a new bed. Everywhere we've been, there's not been the bed that I wanted, but we went into Pets at Home and they're doing like, it was more than 50% off a lot of their dog beds for like clearance, and one of them was the 3 Peaks mat that I really wanted. So it was originally 42 and we got it for £20. It's so much better than the Argos one we got because it's a lot thicker, as you can see. Very comfortable. We also got George like a, what would you say this is? Like a jacket?
Yeah.
Country Adventure cream coat.
Very stylish and on trend, George.
He really, really suits the neutral tones because of his colour. And we also got him a brown fleece. However, I think it's just a little bit too small because it keeps bunching up. Like it just, I don't know if he would need the next size up or if this style of jumper just doesn't work for him because he's got such a long body. Thought I would update you on our little finds. But if you want a new dog bed, get yourself down to Pets at Home because they're doing a big clearance. $15. Oh. I feel like majority of this video I've been in my spare room. I'm only going to quickly pick up the camera now just because I've just had the delivery of George's chicken bites. They came really quick. I ordered these 2 days ago, so I paid £9 for this including shipping. I think they were £7 without. It is just a bag of pure chicken bites, which is fab. What is this? This also is really good because we buy chicken breast for George, cook it, cut it up for his treats. I could definitely, if I wanted to make this last, I could definitely half these bites if I wanted to. Probably not going to. But the expiry date is the end of December and I definitely think we could make this last quite some time. But I actually think this is probably better off for your money than buying a chicken breast. Can you smell it? Okay, I don't have any scissors. 2 secs. There we go. Okay, this should open now. It's still not opening. Now we've opened it. Let's have a smell. Oh my goodness. Can you spin? Spin. Georgie. Spin. Spin. Up. Spin. Spin. George. Spin. Yes, well done. Oh, I'm quite pleased that they came so quickly. I was gonna buy some chicken just to see us through until they came. They do bunny, they do turkey, I think they do all meats. We chose chicken because George loves chicken. Before I head out for the evening, I thought I would come on here to close this vlog off and also just update you on this very small update. In my last video, or it might have been the one before, you would have seen that we got George a poppy collar and took the poppy charm off to put on his collar because the collar didn't fit. We thought there's no use us keeping this collar, we might as well return it because we saw a bandana in, so we exchanged the collar for this bandana that we would much prefer to use rather than have another collar, because he already has his collar now. And how cute. This is so sweet. So we no longer have his charm, he has his bandana. I think that's much more useful and we will use this more. Another thing, the brown fleece that I've shown in this video is no longer. It just didn't work with George. I think maybe he would have benefited from the next size up, but they didn't have it in the store, so I just returned it and I bought a possum suit. Oh no, let's sit down a little bit. I bought a possum suit from Vinted. It's brown. I really wanted a brown one, and it was, to me, the only brown one I could find on Vinted, and it's all 4 legs, which I actually think I'd prefer than like just 2. I'll show you exactly what it looks like. So possum suits, I think aqua fleece is more popular, but possum suits is pretty much the same thing. Let me lift you down. So it's just a little 4-legged brown fleece. So instead of the one that we bought, I've returned it. I have now ordered this one, so it should be with us in a couple of days. It has been shipped, so I will show you that once it comes. I'm praying it fits. I did a remeasure of George, and this one is a large instead of a medium, which I think George would benefit from because he is borderline 50 centimeters long. And the only thing that would probably not fit is his chest, because he's quite a slender dog. He's long, but he's slim. So I think the chest could be a bit baggy. But if that's the case, then I'll just resell it. But I'm really hoping it fits because I really want a brown fleece for him for the winter. So yeah, we've had a very nice day. We've had a very lengthy walk. We popped to Moles today to see if we could get any winter wear, because we need some walking boots or some wellies because it's already getting mucky and we're just using our old trainers. It's not quite cutting it because they're not waterproof. So that's been our day. And I'm about to head off to watch the new Conjuring, which I am actually so excited for. We obviously couldn't have gone at the moment because my mum's been away on holiday and we can't leave George on his own yet, so we haven't had the opportunity to go. So I'm going with my friend tonight. Sorry Kyle, I really want to see this film. I keep seeing clips of it online and I didn't want to spoil it before it comes out on rent because that might be quite a while yet. So I'm going to see that, literally about to leave. So I thought I would hop on and say thank you very much for watching this video. Apologies again that I didn't have a video out last week, but I have some nice content videos lined up. So I think there's going to be a nice bunch coming out very soon, as well as my normal weekly vlogs. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next week with another video. Actually, next week maybe with a few new videos.